My Gavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Adrian Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Middle-earth Total War, or Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the same as we continue on as Dol Amroth. Now, this would normally be the DCI Last Alliance slot, as they are next, but as Dol Amroth has just begun, I like to devote at least 5 episodes to that. Also, something I'm going to do is record DCI Last Alliance in the slots that normally wouldn't have a video until that campaign concludes. So, in essence, what is going to happen is once this round of Dol Amroth has ended, which will be Monday, by then you'll have 5 videos. On Wednesday and Friday of next week will be Ered Luin, and then on the following Monday will also be Ered Luin. So it will be 3 and 3 of Dol Amroth and Ered Luin. And then on the days in between, until the Rovanian campaign concludes, I will do the DCI Last Alliance campaign. Once that campaign concludes, at the moment, I will probably not play another DCI Last Alliance campaign at this time. I may do in the future, but for now, I won't. So as soon as the Rovanian campaign concludes, that will be a lot for DCI Last Alliance for some time. And Ered Luin and Dol Amroth will pick up the spot in between. I like, for my own personal benefit, I like to play the campaigns a little more regularly than once every 2 weeks, because I completely forget what I'm doing. And also there's a joy in continuity, isn't there? So today we are carrying on as Dol Amroth in our attempt to not do badly. We've got Captain Arvin, who has some Haven Guard. He's moving to that fort to join some other Haven Guard, who shall then join Pelander and sail over to sit in that fort there, as we push to try and desperately take Tirithraid before the Ardenaim come up the coast, or indeed Harad come through Horondor. Imrahil is currently in Haldunur with Istion, but I don't intend to leave them there. But I don't actually know what to do now. I've gone ahead of my infantry, and they've not caught up. Because I don't actually have any infantry at all. How long will you take? 5 turns. Can I ship anything out at all? No, I have absolutely no options. I think what we are going to have to do is see how much it hates us if we aren't in it. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, the AI obviously will then be able to easily take it, but that's the least of my concerns, to be honest. We don't want to get Imrahil or Istion trapped and killed in a backwater province in the middle of nowhere. So I have no hope to do that. Oh, I could give it to Gondor, actually, couldn't we? Where's our diplomat? Over here. Ah, curses. Let's try and give it to Gondor, see how well they can hold on to it. Does it have Gondorian culture? Yes, so they'll get some units from it, won't they? No, because it doesn't have any recruitment slots. So it will just rebel against them as well. I don't want to cheese and give it to, like, Isengard, for example, to block passage, because that really is cheesing the game. That's using something that the AI can't get around to your advantage, and that, generally speaking, I would consider cheesing. That's why I don't consider rushing the AI's capital as cheesing, because whilst incredibly rare, the AI can do that. It is within their power. If they border you in at least one location, that means they will go anywhere they want in your empire. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that the AI might rush a capital. Of course, Dol Amroth's AI would never rush Ardenaim's capital, but in other locations they might. Playing as Bree, for example, you might find Angmar come straight through and try and hit Bree, despite the fact that you might own Fornost, I don't know, or Amun-Sul. If you'd reclaim them from the Dunedain. So that I don't consider cheesing, but selling a province to a nation that has no business being here just because you know it will block the AI, I do think is, so I won't do that. But we might try and squeeze some money out of it from Gondor, because their money is much better served in my purse pocket. So for now then, let's put these 2 in the fort so that they become free, which won't work until we end the turn, and see what happens. I had a very interesting comment today from a gentleman who's now been removed from the channel. A new word has entered my lexicon, which I was not aware of, and that is a werebu. Or I suppose to be properly pronounced, it would be Werebu, because it's from the German Wehrmacht, as I have now learnt. And he essentially accuses me of loving Dol Amroth so much that I've made them into a massively OP nation, despite what was written about them in the book. And I just thought that was laughable, to be honest. When I suggested that perhaps maybe you could make a suggestion as to how to change Dol Amroth and differentiate them from Gondor, he offered absolutely no suggestion whatsoever, as is classic of what I would consider a troll. Let us just absolutely crap all over your game decision-making, and then when you are then asked to actually present your own opinion, of course you don't have one, because your entire purpose and existence revolves around crapping on others. Which, as you get older, as I have done, because I am older, you'll find that that's absolutely moronic, and you will grow out of that, I assure you. But for now, you feel free to mock, divide, and conquer as you wish, and claim that I'm so in love with Dol Amroth. But that's me being very specific and replying to one single comment, which I shouldn't really do. I should share the love and reply to you all, but it just always irks me when people say, oh, this faction's totally rubbish, or that faction's totally rubbish, and you say, well, what would you do to make them not rubbish? And they have absolutely no idea, and you just think, I'm not really going to listen to what you have to say then, am I? Because you haven't offered anything as rebuttal, which is just foolish. Absolutely foolish. But there we are. And the truth, of course, is that whilst, yes, I do like Dol Amroth, they were added into the mod long before I was ever here, and they were made a elite cavalry faction long before I was, again, ever here. We have possibly exacerbated it with the addition of the White Knights, not White Knights, the Tirith Ayar, the Knights of the Tirith Ayar. They weren't there before, if memory serves, and I think our team, actually added them. But otherwise, the original team, who I've mentioned before, are long gone. They were the ones who created Dol Amroth as it is, and we have just refined them. So it isn't a case of me absolutely loving them. But it's too difficult to type all that out in a YouTube comment, and because it's a joke of a response from the person anyway, I don't really want to devote time typing out a reply, where it's easier to just mention it while I'm not really thinking about anything as I'm scanning over our domain here. Right, we've been attacked by Harad, as you've all seen, at Barad Han. We don't make any money, 100 gold coins. So it's interesting that Harad have made it to Barad Han and not the Ardenaim. It means the Ardenaim are going to be shut in the corner, which is probably actually quite good. So if we take Tirith Ride and then possibly push for their capital... Oh, look how much... Oh, so much garbage. I know that they're still going to be better than us, but Haradrim archers, Haradrim spearmen, there's a lot of grey and red in that army makeup, and grey and red for Harad means low tier. Now we're going to lose Barad Han, that's all right. Those Haven Guard though, it's not really worth having them die for absolutely no reason. But if they were to link up with Imrahil and Istion, well, let's let them take Han first, and then we get one more turn of our troops being in forts. But we really need to do something about our funds. Sucklethor, you're back. I really need this guy killed off because it's such a pain in the neck that he takes so long to open his unit card. Well, we've given him the knockaround, and we've got our 200. We make 200 gold coins. That's going to hold up for 3 turns. We've got our rams already. Do we go now? Oh, do we push now? Do we push now? How many archers have they got? 4 units of archers. Dear, oh dear. Imrahil and Istion. Oh dear, I'm tempted to put them in that army, but then I'm general blobbing. I don't like to general blob. It's, again, another... The AI does do it, I suppose, but the AI doesn't know how to use generals, that's why it's cheesy. But if I put them into that army, then we'd have 5 units that we could throw into the enemy without worry about them losing troops, because they'll just replenish. No, I'll tell you what we could do. Ah, yes, absolutely perfect. That army is not very good. Yes, there are 3 spear units in it, but there are 4 archers in it. So if we leave Amandir behind... so the other way around. Take everything except Amandir. And let's... Do we defend Barad Han or do we head south? Do we go for the aggression or do we... Well, Barad Han is lost and we're not going to be able to make it to it. So no, let's head south. Let's plunge deep into Western Horondor. Find the town here. So, Istion, you link up with the other 2 cav, and you all besiege Tirith Ride, which will see us lose money, drastically lose money. I can't even delete anything here. This town has served us no purpose other than the 81 gold coins it's currently giving us. Which is why I know, yes, of course, we're selling it to Gondor,
Yes,
aren't we?
Yes, good to see you, my friend.
Make
How can we help?
offer. You can have Halthanur. There you are, says. And how about... You're bankrupt, so you're not going to have very much money. But what about 1,500? Well, that's generous, apparently.
I do not.
No, they don't have very much money at all. Right, okay. So let's go with a tribute. I'd like 300 gold coins if I can for at least 6 turns. How does that sound?
How could we refuse?
I mean, I'm not concerned about the money. I just want Gondor to have it. I don't want it to rebel and join the others. So if Gondor can hold that, that'll be all right. But anyway, let's keep going up here. And we can sell our information.
Stopping
Who
here.
owns Goond?
Stopping
Ah,
here.
God, Isengard
My
have
lord.
already made it to Goond. Dear, oh dear.
Tomorrow's journey planned out.
Oh dear, oh dear. Righty-ho, sirs. I think we're at another end turn. We're about to lose Badad Han, that's all right. I'm tempted to put you guys up in that fort, actually, because I think you'll just die here, whereas in that one you could at least then jump back. Another cheese that I'm well aware of, and everyone keeps telling me to do, but I am not going to do, is I could put ships on the crossings of the Aethir Anduin, and it blocks any land movement. So I could put ships all the way along here, and I think one at the end there, and no one would be ever be able to cross the river. But that is just, like, why? You might as well just cheat units into your army and defeat them that way. I mean, it's just that, I just think that's ridiculous. So I try not to do anything like that. I would consider that one outright cheating, to be honest. I know that in practice, what is actually happening is crossing the Aethir Anduin, they're crossing it by boat or possibly makeshift bridges. And having a fleet there would, of course, disrupt those boats or makeshift bridges. But again, it's something that the AI simply cannot do, and I feel that that is therefore just too much of an advantage. Were the campaign absolutely horrendously stacked against you, like it does in Warhammer, where the AI gets insane cheats, then yeah, cheat away, because the AI is getting massive cheats anyway. But in Medieval 2, they don't get cheats. That's what I have to stress. The AI doesn't get anything other than the odd stack army that they might get at the start of the game, or when they go down to a very small amount of regions. Sorry, those are the only sort of quote-unquote cheats that we give the AI. They don't get increased recruitment capacity, more money, faster growth. They don't get anything like that, like they do in Warhammer. And particularly in Warhammer, of course, they have no. In Warhammer, the AI doesn't have any disloyalty. They don't have to contend with rebellions in their towns. It just doesn't happen. Whereas you, as a human player, constantly has unrest. But again, in Medieval 2, there's nothing like that. The AI is pretty much on the same terms as you are. So doing something that they cannot do, I just don't think is sound, personally. Right, so in previous iterations of the game, I've always considered it clever to charge at them immediately to try and bunch them all up and get as many kills as quickly as possible. But since then, I've learnt that if they're caught coming through the gate, then your charge into them doesn't actually work as well as it should. So I've been trying to stop doing that.
Slain the enemy general.
Oh, wow.
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Right, so playing with cavalry, this is absolutely hypocritical with me being the person to explain, but some key tips to playing with cavalry is don't play on ×6 speed. That would be the first and most important of all the things that you can do. Secondly, try not, even if they are low tier, try not to charge head on into spears and instead try and catch them unawares. And by that, what I mean is, these spear units are charging. Well, now I have charged head on, but what we've done there is we've turned them onto their side so that when Imrahil arrives, he's going to hit them on their flank and not charge directly into them. We've offered up what I would consider a sacrifice. So Istion and Amandir are fantastic generals and we want to keep them alive. They're going to help our cause greatly. But they are nowhere near as important as Imrahil, and our Lord and Saviour must be protected for as long as possible because he is the key to victory in this campaign. He says, in thinking, concerned there that he might have just died, but no, he didn't. The other thing with cavalry is that archers can actually be silent killers against cavalry, and it is imperative to try and get rid of them as quick as you can, because they do a lot more damage than you think. So even these fantastic Royal Swan Guard, some of the best cavalry this game has to offer, even they are losing troops to the sheer volume of enemy ranged fire. And that's something we have to try and shut down. But look, the enemy is closing their gaps around us. Right, pull out over there. That's a Southron warband, I've just noticed. Where were you guys actually going? I'm not really sure, but the enemy spears are coming for you. Right, you guys charge into those archers. You're going to come here and then charge into those archers as well. I'd love to hit that blob of Southron archers if we can get into them. Right, the only times I allow myself ×6 like then is just when, you know, you've just done your charge or you're about to do your charge and... Oh, that is absolutely lovely. Hitting into them hard there. Pull away. Let's just keep cycling this mass group of archers here. We've got 30 seconds of fighting better than we have any right to fight. But I don't think that matters all that much because it doesn't really affect the charge if memory serves. But look at this. This is the next great pro tip of fighting with cavalry, is try and hit blobs rather than individual units.
They have lost half their men.
They've just gone from 39% to 54% dead in only a few charges because they had 3 units standing on top of each other, which hugely helps us. Oh no, look, catch those while they're running away. No, you were told to run away, so run away. If you can, please. I don't want those coming back to haunt us. Oh, Imrahil's just charged through some spears. Oh, goodness gracious, that had my heart going. I thought that was him. That was him done. The next point with charging with cavalry, these are all things that I technically know exactly how to do, but practically never do because I'm lazy and incompetent. The next point is remembering that your general stands on the left-hand side of your battalion. So when charging with cavalry, always try and ensure the left-hand side is clear where possible, because that's where your general's going to be, and you don't want him getting into any sticky situations. With smaller cavalry, though, like this one, whilst, yes, he does stand on the left, the battalion is so small, it doesn't really matter as much. But with bigger ones like Imrahil, it does play a part. Let's get Istion back out. Right, there's a big grouping of spearmen over here, but Amandir is going to sideswipe them, which will cut them completely off guard. They might carry on pushing through, though, but Imrahil, again, is protected on that left-hand side, so the frontal charge doesn't matter too much. And then it doesn't matter anyway, because we've absolutely massacred them. There were 112, there are now 50. Oh, I do like Dol Amroth. I do like Dol Amroth. The next great point with cavalry is don't forget them. This is perhaps actually, should really be the top point. But if you are playing a cavalry-heavy nation, then I'm afraid micromanagement must become your best friend. Now, I absolutely hate micromanagement, and it's the reason why I don't play any real-time strategy game online, because it isn't really how good are you, but it is simply how fast can you click. And I hate that aspect of the game. And it's exactly the same here. To play with cavalry well, one must know where all your cavalry is all the time and be able to flit between them. Ah, damn, we've lost Amandir. But he has caught that Southron warband off so that we can charge into his side. So we've paid today with 1 general, but that's not the end of the world. Remember, we get generals relatively frequently through adoption offers.
To our defense, or all will be lost.
And we can also train our own generals, so it doesn't matter too much if we do lose the odd general. Also, once a general is dead, then that cavalry unit becomes complete fodder, and you can just do what you like with them, because they are only going to last as long as this battle. So we can now use Amandir's remaining men as sacrifices for Imrahil's punching attack.
Seems to be swinging in our favour. From such tidings does victory emerge.
But there we are, we've won with cavalry. I'm a little disappointed that we did lose Amandir, but we lost him right at the end there, so it's not as bad.
We will smash the enemy. Behold, the enemy are
22 men died, and it's just a damn shame one of them was Amandir.
Great victory, worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
658 kills to Imrahil, 293 to Amandir, and 147 to Istion. Istion carries on. Ah, and the point on Istion, I got it wrong again. He's not in Red Alert 2. He is in Tiberium Wars. That's the one he is in, which is the best of the Command and Conquers, objectively. And no, of course, nothing's objective. Some things are, but that isn't. It's my favourite. I do like the more grounded approach of the Command and Conquer side as opposed to the Red Alert side, or the Tiberium side as opposed to the Red Alert side. Anyway, that's irrelevant. It's only his portrait that I'm discussing there. But there we are. We've taken Tyr Athride. There's absolutely nothing inside of it. And it should be partially Dunedain. We only get 37 gold coins for looting it, and we get more from actually just occupying. So that's what we shall do. We get the money for the camp being sacked, and straight away, Lord Imrahil, we replaced Amandir with someone else. Now, I would absolutely love that, but I'd rather put 2,000 gold coins to better use somewhere else. So I don't think I will... Where is that as well? Dol Amroth. It just makes cavalry faster to build. You get them quicker and quicker and quicker. But Dol Amroth's really far away. I'm just not sure I'm bothered about that. That's, no, I'm not. I don't want to spend 1,500 on that. Oh, no, what I should have done is minimized it, built what I wanted, and then clicked the tick. Because you get a guild decrease if you reject a guild. They don't like that, and they get a bit disappointed. Now, the culture here is 55%, which means if we can get a barracks up, it'll take 4 turns, but then it will be able to train those units instantly. We do only make 400 gold coins a turn, though, which is not much. Oh, and they pulled away from Barad Han. Oh, yes. And who is this? Utbar. Oh, I can't get you all there. Oh, I can get Imrahil and Isti on there. Yes! Fantastic. Then we'll meet... Oh, damn it, Rondel Mercs. Do we want Mercs more than we want a barracks? No, we want the barracks. Try and buy us some time in that barracks.
Onward.
I know Tirathai doesn't like us, but it's not going to rebel anytime soon. So let's just get some towers up. Now, Khand hold our eastern border, so this is where they'll flood in through into Tirathraid. And it's a shame that Amandir died. Let's rename it in his honour. As a name... Oh, no, this is the first opportunity to do it, isn't it? Yes, smashing. Please submit your suggestions for the name. Amandir's Rest is what I was going to go with. But I always go for names like that. So if there's something else you think is a bit more interesting, then please say, and do let me know, and we'll give that a name instead.
Mariners of the fleet!
Mariners of the Fleet. And away you go.
We are victorious.
Mariners!
Mariners! That's all they ever say. Mariners! Our 2 units of Haven Guard, I'd absolutely love you in the fight, because I think Utbar is probably going to attack us. Captain Yud we're not as worried about. Utbar will come. And our diplomat, can you keep getting closer to Isengard? Now, Gund is over here somewhere, isn't it? I just can't
Tomorrow's
remember
journey
where.
planned out.
But we'll find it, and we'll sell them our map information for as much money as we can get. Lynn here is training. Oh, that's good, because they're going to be free upkeep then. But we've already said he pays for himself, doesn't he? He adds nearly 300 gold coins to it, and he costs 340. So actually, it goes from 976 to 1252, which is 320, but he costs 340. So actually, having him in the fort makes us 20 more gold coins than having him as the governor of Lynn here. And as I say, we're never going to get him for free. Perhaps instead we should move him to Barad Han, because that's the front line. But then we'd just lose him, wouldn't we? We'd just lose him. I think we will put him in a fort, because we'd rather have as many good, strong forces forward as we can. So if we send him to join the Haven Guard, that will do us nicely. You could have higher, but then you won't grow at all, so you've got to stay low. But they'll get their free upkeep in a second. Nellen's building a Mason Hall. Dol Amroth's retraining that, but that's all that's up to. You'll note that the Wayfarers, not Wayfarers, what's it called? The Fiefdom Way Station, which retrains Fiefdom units, is no longer available in Dol Amroth, because the Fiefdom Way Station is now only available in castles outside of Gondor. Now, I think Tirathoros doesn't count. I think that is a Gondor region. Yes, it is, because it has the Gondor East hidden resource, I think. So it won't get them. I'm trying to see. No, it won't indeed. So we'd need somewhere. Tirathraid might, actually, because I think that is outside of Gondor. We won't be able to see it in the city side, but Fiefdom Barracks. No, that just shows you everybody that's available. It's only available in castles outside of Gondor, which I'm trying to get, which I'm poorly explaining. Otherwise, I think we can end the turn there and progress on. Yes, I believe we can. Let's see what Harad does. Come and have a go, Harad, if you think you are strong enough. If we got a town hall in Tirathraid, or whatever it shall be named after your suggestions, then we can put the newly adopted son into there, and he'll be free, which will give us a big income boost. No, I don't want another one, but thank you. Dominion of Isengard. Oh, we get a military unit if we talk to them.
Yes, my lord.
Not only, so we're going to get trade rights, we're going to give them map information, and we're going to ask for 1,200. That should be enough. Don't want to chance it too much. Yes!
Your plan seems goodbye.
Ta-dam! And we also get an Alcorandas. Interesting. One of the few times that getting a ship actually is useful.
That's right, fool.
It's an enemy ship!
Mariners!
Stop shouting at me. It makes me not want to click on them because it's so annoying.
Ships ready.
Let's team up on Asgazir down here. Let's just keep batting them away. That's all we've got to do.
Mariners!
You're going to have to lead.
Heading to board and engage.
Oh, that one was only close.
Ships ready.
Mariners!
Oh, Bimeld is really coming down to it. Oh, it's Sacklethor again.
It's ships
Now,
ready.
you guys stand together. Amun Aithel has Al-Tufail within it. Utbar is there, and Sood is coming, so we're going to have to act, lest we get caught up in that crossfire.
Marchmen!
You go back to Tirathrai for now. Oh, it can get a meeting hall. Yes, please do. Because then... Oh, and it has 73% Dunedain culture, crime, and Netlys. That's very, very high, isn't it? That's fantastic. What culture are we? 55. And these are 25, 30, 30. We get American Guardsmen, Pikemen, Militia, and Lebanon Marines. That's a nice little addition to our roster. If we can hold Tirithoros, that'll be nice. That will be nice. And we can see if Gondor loses Lands of the Porous because we get the map border there. Right, I think we're going to have to attack. There is no way around it. Oh, actually, no. In terms of survival, let's chuck some mercs into our roster. Oh, Adrihil has become better. Now, if we attack Utbar, let's see what his actual name is. Nizamedin will join in as well. He's not got a fantastic army, but those were some pikes. And then, of course, Al-Tufail will get caught in the crossfire as well. So there will be 3 generals present on the field. And remember, Haradrim generals are actually quite good. But we can then attack before Yud arrives, because when Yud gets here, then we'll just be totally outnumbered. So we've got to go for it. Right, so this is our first opportunity to really command an army properly. And this will round out today's episode. Number 3 is this. Oh dear, we need to win this with as few casualties as possible, which means Imrahil needs to absolutely work overtime. But the big problem is the enemy's cavalry will be flitting all over the field trying to stop him. And the other problem, of course, is that we attacked them. But I think we outnumber them in terms of ranged options. So let's just think where everyone's coming in. We attacked them. Their allies were standing to their left-hand side and their back. So I think there'll be one coming in from halfway and one coming in from the corner. So by moving... Yeah, we're not too bothered about the reinforcing armies. They're not really very good. I think if we move our army over to the right-hand side and walk up this sort of hill here, and then we'll fight our enemy in this space here, then it will be that'll make their reinforcements take even longer to arrive, which gives us a boost, and means that they'll be all to our left.
The enemy are bringing in
yes. Oh, look, and they've gone to that hill all the way over there anyway. So their reinforcements will be able to link up with them because we've got to climb that hill. So away we go. Let's walk for now. Now, if they look like they're actually going to come for us at any point, we will turn and prepare. But if it looks like they're just defending on the hill, then we'll just keep going. Now, they've got cavalry archers as well. 1 unit of cavalry archers. Cavalry archers are such a pain in the neck. I hate them. But if we can just at least get up onto this point, it negates that very large hill bonus. And so that's our plan here. Alright, let's come out of time 6 and actually think of a formation. Let's send spears down the middle. Oh, we don't have Mistvan, do we? Send Adrihil with the spears. You guys go down the middle. Now, we've got 3 units of fantastic archers, and we've got 2 units of very, 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 very average archers. And then we've got a pike who can come on our left-hand side and cover there, and we've got some trash who can go on our right-hand side and cover there. So 2 options with defending your flank. Option A is put a unit that's actually good on a flank and will hold it down nicely. And option B is put a unit that is your cheapest and least important, so that when it inevitably dies, you do not suffer too much. And lastly, of course, we've got the Horondor Mercs as well. And then our generals. Alright, now let's speed her up. Right, oh, yes, try and shut down those raiders. Go on, 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 go on. Catch them in the... before they get a time to prepare. And while they're doing that, let's just slow her down. Down to point 2. We're going to reform the line into a different position because the enemy is coming for us. And that's fine if they wish to do that. We will oblige them. Right, we're a bit closer than I'd hoped we'd be. And you are all running now. But we did manage to make it. Yes, we got to the raiders before they were able to pull out properly. Because that's a unit I really want to kill off. Right. Pikes will move. We'll lose a couple of pikes. That's alright. There's Haradrim archers that are shooting at us. More Haradrim archers. Horondor Mercs. Spearmen. Spearmen. There they are. The feared enemy. Just starting off their charge. Right, there are 73 raiders. They will get a couple of us, but if we can pin those in position, just buying our ground forces time to manoeuvre. Because our cavalry will be able to get out in time, of course. But we're moving in, we're moving in. I don't know why you two haven't bothered to go and get involved. Oh, they've lost 10 in a very short space of time. They are getting slaughtered. It's like every hit is a kill at this rate. Look at that fellow going. Is he going to actually die, or is he just stunned? He's going to die. In the bizarre little spin around thing that they sometimes do.
We will smash the enemy.
Right, those raiders are... They're threatening to break, even though there are 3 generals on the field today. That's interesting. Oh, and those Black Snake Guard are coming on our left. That's fantastic. Right where we want them. Can they get back? Can the pikes get back before they are in position? Our archers are in position there. Horondor Mercs, don't run through our archers if you could be. And Gondor Militia. I know that technically moves you to the front, but our archers here are in position and ready to fire, so if we can get them to do that. There are 51 Candish Raiders, but I think it's too close now, so pull the cav out. And let's go up to ×1, shall we? The Gondor Militia, you're going to get caught. Just stop them hitting those archers, fantastic. Right, Imrahil off to the right, Istion off to the right, Horondor Mercs off to the right. Pikes, just hold your line, hold your line, hold your line, hold your line. Let's pray that Black Snake Guard charges into us. Nope, they're not going to do it. Right, Imrahil, you're going to have to cover our left. The Mercs over there, and archers here are ready, but if you could pull out Gondor Cav, keep going, keep going. Those Black Snake Guard have completely nerfed themselves by charging into a unit they should not have charged into. But unfortunately, our unit there has been hit. But Imrahil is able to come in and as a support. Some Southron Lancers. Our archers got out in time. That Black Snake Guard is definitely going to die. They're going to go down. That Black Snake Guard is down to 21. They had 30, so they've killed about 30-ish of our Nimrodel Mariners, but it's going to cost them the majority of their battalion, which is fantastic. The Black Snake Guard are the threat here today. They must die. Similarly, the Southron Lancers, actually, if you could target them and just try and thin their ranks, please. Oh, I should have put you into defense as well. That was foolish. Everything I do is foolish. We do what we can. Don't give them group target orders, because then they don't shoot who you want them to. Imrahil and Istion, your time at the moment killing that Snake Guard is imperative. Right, Gondor Militia are ready. Let's pull them out. And we've got some Gondor Guard there, not really doing anything. Let's pull them out. I think Imrahil could probably leave now. How many of those have you killed? They're down to 49. That's good. Istion, you've chased those Snake Guard around. Come on, get out of there so we can flank with you. Adrian, keep up the fighting, sir. The pikes are doing well. You can come out of defense, actually, and then you can charge out for free. Ah, perfect. Right, archers, cease and desist. Is backstage still stop? Yes, it is. Fantastic. Don't bother shooting that cav anymore. Imrahil will finish them off, no trouble. He says, as Imrahil's battalion does absolutely sod all. Oh, it's all right. They're killing themselves off by charging into our pike units. Right, so don't worry about them. Let's get you out. Istion, how many of those are left? Sir, there are 9, and there are 8 of you, and you've got the archers in support as well, so keep doing what you're doing. There's another general. Where's the other general? Oh, he's Hashari Shadows. Oh, that is excellent. Absolutely blooming excellent. There's only 2 Black Snake Guard. That's glorious news. Right, so let's start taking down the melee forces, and if you go... No, actually, don't do that. The melee forces take way longer to die. Let's reciprocate and try and shut down archers if you can, Imrahil. Even just running into them, obviously, it makes them all scatter like roaches. Istion, how goes it? Oh, Istion, you glorious bastard! Pardon my French. He's doing it. He's absolutely doing it. Oh, they're shaking and they're routing everywhere. Go on, hit those spearmen in the side. They will definitely break. Let's give our units a combat bonus and a morale, a fatigue debuff.
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
An enemy general is gone. Captain Nizamedin. Oh, that's the least of our worries. Right, Imrahil, pull back out. Our archers are doing all right. We have lost 20%. The enemy's lost 53. Adrian, you can pop it too. Utbar's gone. Yes, Utbar has gone. And Sahir has gone. Wasn't Sahir the Hashari Shadows? Oh, wow, it's over. It is absolutely over. Press on, everyone. Attack them, capture them, kill everything. Slaughter them. I will give each man his own weight in gold if he can bring me the heads of at least 15 of these fools. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. 67%. I don't really know what's fighting, but let's focus on capturing the enemy, not killing those archers.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Oh, this has been one of the best victories in my entire YouTube career. My word. Oh, it's the Hashari Shadows that are fighting on, aren't they? Yes. How many are we down to now? 88%. Right, go and kill the Shadows. Anything that's made it out now can just make it out. That's all right. Because we've got Sood to deal with, remember, the other guy. Adrian. Oh, no, we got to wait. There are 4 Shadows left. Don't get Imrahil killed. Down to 90%.
Our men have slain the enemy.
I'm not sure why Istion just charged all the way over and did that. I don't know if Istion... I'm just wondering if we got just enough time to get our forces out over there. I don't think we do. But if we can capture just as many as we can, it's one less that's actually going to fight against us. Go on. Yeah. There's a few more people that won't be there when we attack the city.
This is a clear victory.
Fantastic victory. 297, and we killed nearly 2,000 of the enemy. That's fantastic. And it all came down to, as often it does, morale shock. General dying, and then everyone breaking and running away. 260 kills, Royal Swan Guard. That's Imrahil, no surprises there. But Istion only got 32, but he played a very important part. Istion killed Utbar. And that is what drove the enemy to run away. And their Hashari Shadow General is dead as well, which is interesting. The AI, of course, if you play as Harad, you have to unite all of the clans, and every time you unite each clan, you get a general with that unit. The AI gets all of those armies straight away. So Harad's starting army is much bigger than yours. Oh, I wonder if they will... No, they don't have any money. Down they go. Now, the only problem is, of course, as good as we're going to do against Harad, the Ardenian will come up that coast. They will come for Barodhan. That is a very real threat. Let's sack it and get some money. I don't mind leaving the army in there. If Yud comes and attacks us, although we can actually get Yud, and we will do that on the next turn. We'll attack him and win the same massive victory we've just won there. And Finabel is now within sight. Look at that. The golden city gleams on the far side of the Han, and we shall cross and take it for Dol Amroth. Oh, dear. I think it's going better. Oh, Turlin's coming in. Hello, Turlin. You're going to head off to Ennard White and try and talk to them.
As you wish.
But for now, that is going to end episode number 3. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I do hope you're enjoying as much as I am. There will be episode 4 and 5 following, one tomorrow on Saturday and the other on Monday. And then there'll be Ered Luin next week. And I've got a little note about Ered Luin because I am going to get those reinforcements from Khazad-dûm and from Erebor. I need to send my diplomats to those 2 cities to get those extra armies. But it might be a little too late as our army is already at Basra-Dûm. But we'll cheat move the diplomat, that's alright. I want to show you what the script's like. But for now, this concludes this one. So thank you very much, and until we speak again, Navar Naden Pedamad Melunin, and farewell.